Don't worry, critter. I'll get you out of there. Somehow.
Damn elven magic. Hey, Critter, can't you somehow slip out of there? You can usually squeeze through most gaps. Thorns, I see.
Yep. Makes it a little difficult.
There's got to be a way.
We tried, they just
All
squeezed
right.
tighter.
It was worth a try.
Sorry, critter. No. Let's check out the rest of the garden here. Is Arbor around? Oh, hello. The love lilies.
I've never been very interested in plants, but there are things in this garden I've never seen anywhere else. Those two plants there, for example, it looks as though they're strangling one another.
Oh, Nate, you Neanderthal. They're hugging, not strangling. You're such a caveman. Ball of string?
No trace of Arbor.
Oh, he knows
a
Arbor.
ball of string lying here.
Of course he would know
Perhaps
Arbor.
he was going to tie up bushes with it or something.
Probably no surprise that he and Arbor would know each other.
Shorty won't mind, I think.
Shorty. He calls him Shorty.
Critter attacked this beehive one night. He claims to this day that it was the sweetest triumph of his life. But it was 3 days before the swelling from the bee stings went down.
Oh, critter. Alright, let's see. Let's go to the library. The wonderful room that is this library. Oh, now we get Nate's perspective on all these things. Let's start with the bloom plant over here.
I nearly got arrested once because of a flower like that. I didn't know why they're forbidden almost everywhere, until I heard someone playing one for the first time.
Huh. The Mad Hatter hat?
The king and queen keep gifts given to them by delegations from far-off lands in this room. Some of them are rather bizarre. The top hat might have been a present from a kobold delegation, although it's a bit too big for that.
Huh.
The top hat...
Let's see, the swords. The Buster Sword from Final Fantasy VII.
According to Ivo, these are swords belonging to some of those who have tried to conquer the woodland realm. Nowadays, everyone knows it's better not to pick a fight with elves.
Turn the sword stand. Oh, we can look at what the other swords are here. Wait, what's that? Is that... Oh, is that supposed to be Sting from The Lord of the Rings? Minecraft sword. What? Is that He-Man's sword? Pick it up, Nate. You'll have the power. No, I'm just... And then, of course, Cloud's Buster Sword. Let's look at the books.
During my time here, I sat in this library many times enjoying a good book. Not.
I doubt that was true.
During my time here, not.
I doubted that was true. Sully.
Critter claims he doesn't know Ollie, but the family resemblance can't be denied.
Ollie.
Ollie used to be a bookmaker. Got involved with the wrong people. Ivo says I just make all this up.
The dragon.
I've only had dealings with a dragon once. The dear thing wasn't really all there, and completely harmless.
Yep, the dragon we met in the first game.
I've never really understood why it's all right to cut off dragons' heads. Dragons are rational beings, not a nice tradition.
Tell that to the raid players in WoW.
I'll have to be careful. If the queen catches me, there'll be no leniency.
We can peek in, though.
I couldn't allow him to propose to you. What sort of life would you have?
Wow, she's confessing.
You'd have lost him so
And Ivo's
soon,
not
maybe
even
just
hearing any of it.
50 years after marrying him. Or were you planning to go into the world with him and get old just like him? That would be terrible, and I told him as much. If one truly loves someone, then it's sometimes better to let them go. You know that I can be very convincing. The human spirit is weak.
Well,
And
gee,
perhaps
thanks.
There was a tiny bit of magic involved too.
Aha!
If only I'd known that it was already too late.
You hexed him. Poor
That
Nate.
darn witch. It all sounded so right. I was already across the sea when it became clear to me that I might have made the biggest mistake of my life. No wonder Ivo hates me. Her mother must never have told her what happened. Or she blamed me for everything.
Yep. Pretty much. Ivo pretty much thought you just went ahead and just left. No idea that it was her mom that actually influenced him to do so. Oh. The reeds?
At school, I had a teacher who hit us across the fingers with something like that when we were naughty.
Mm-hmm.
I stayed the full 2 weeks nonetheless. Education is the key to success.
2 weeks worth of education. I think we now understand you a bit more, Nate. Went to one of those special Catholic schools where the nuns hit you with their rulers. Oh, we just, I guess, took a read. All right. Oh, there's the weeping willow.
That's strange. When I was here last, that tree looked a lot happier.
Yeah, about that. We had to make it a little sad.
We waited for ages until Ivo's mother finally left the palace. Then it was pool time.
Ha!
Critter and me cannonballed in from the balcony. Ivo was torn between outrage and laughter. People say the water has a healing effect. Perhaps I should take 1 or 2 barrels of it with me and sell it.
Oh, Nate, stop thinking like a pirate.
We waited for ages. Then Critter and...
Man, the times they had in between games, we missed out on a lot. I guess we'll go talk to Bob. He's still chilling there. He has not moved. Oh, by the way, I kind of figured out kind of a joke about our king and queen here, our elven king and queen. So, the elven queen, she's a priestess. She worships the moon. And our king, pretty much is a druid, who tends to sleep a lot. You see where I'm going with this? Pretty much a straight up joke about Tyrande Whisperender, and Malfurion. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check out my playthrough of Warcraft 3 Reign of Chaos. Let's look at the moon well.
When your girlfriend's mother is an elf priestess, and you want to make a good impression, you shouldn't call this a swimming pool in front of her. But I meant it in a good
Yeah,
way.
you shouldn't have done that.
I even invited her and Ivo's father to join us. I had to listen to a quite long and, to be honest, slightly hostile lecture about this being a holy moon well. But what if your sweaty feet are longing for a cool down after a long day? What do you do then? My good arguments were ignored.
Oh, Nate.
I had to listen to... But my... The Queen must have ordered the sentries to let the Mary pass. So long as she doesn't give any orders to the contrary, we should be able to enter and leave the woodland realm at any time.
We'll look at everything before we talk to Bob over there.
I think Ivo has never really got on with her mother, but she has always respected her. Her mother is very hard-working, very conscientious, very clever, but I think Ivo would have liked a bit more affection and warmth from her.
Well, of course. Of course she would have. What's this? The Woodland Realm. Ah, what a beautiful view.
I don't know if I'd have been happy here with Ivo. This place is beautiful, of course, but nothing changes, or only unbelievably slowly. And who would want to live in his parents-in-law's house where time practically stands still?
That is a good point. I doubt Nate would have wanted that at all.
One day, Ivo's child will rule over all of this. I'll be long dead by then. It might have never heard of me.
Though, I'm sure Nate would have loved to have just been able to hang out with Bob all the time. I'm sure Nate and Bob get along very well. Nate and Ivo's mother, on the other hand, probably not so much.
Bob is still sitting where I left him months ago.
He hasn't
Of course,
moved
he's
at
not
all.
really called Bob, but his elven name is too complicated and long to remember. And he likes Bob.
Hey, Bob. The chillest dude. I love this guy. So chill. What up, Bob?
Nate, my boy.
Of course, he likes Nate.
Here.
Let's see. I I brought Ivo all the way. Let's just go down the list. I brought Ivo all the way back from Tugator.
I rescued Ivo from Tugator, the flying pirate island, and brought her back here. More or less.
Oh, so you're getting on well again.
Not exactly.
Too late for that. Trust me.
It is
Oh,
never
yeah.
too late for that. Trust me.
See? I told you. Love this guy. So, your wife has bewitched Ivo and taken Critter prisoner.
Your wife has hexed Ivo and imprisoned Critter. I'll free both of them, and
I would counsel you to patience, my impetuous friend. What has happened?
the Queen found Ivo in the garden. She's pregnant. Did you know that?
Mm-hmm.
I hope that you are speaking of Ivo and not my wife.
Wah,
Of course
wah.
I
Yuck,
knew.
yuck, 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 yuck.
She's put Ivo into a kind of deep sleep.
Theodora knows wise decisions take time.
Oh, that's her name, Theodora.
It isn't a simple sleep. It's a kind of time out. For Ivo, time is standing still until her mother brings her back.
Uh-huh.
When will that be?
As soon as she knows how she's going to deal with the situation. That could take months, or even years.
So, clearly I need to
Years?
intervene.
She's got no right to do that. We have to bring Ivo back.
Just like the polecat butters the bread of the barn owl.
I love that he was like, I hope you're talking about my daughter and not my wife. that was great. So how can we wake up Ivo?
How can we wake Ivo up?
Without the help of her mother, impossible.
Then we'll have to force her. She can't keep Ivo imprisoned against her
I
will.
don't think you can force her.
You won't have any luck. Fiora will defend her daughter. She thinks she's doing the right thing. But if you can make her see that she was not acting in Ivo's best interests, then I'm sure she would let her go.
Some reverse psychology.
I should talk to her?
Oh, great. Can we get someone else?
You'd be dead before you'd stuttered out your first sentence.
That's a good point.
Hey,
Ah, he's right. Nate, he is right, man. You gotta have something else to to try and get a word in edgewise before you just walk up there and be like, so let's talk. The Queen never told Ivo what happened, did she?
I eavesdropped on the Queen. She never told Ivo what happened, right?
What happened? You just disappeared one night.
It was all your wife's fault. She hexed me. I was going to propose to Ivo. The Queen intercepted me and whispered something in my ear.
Her words would have just washed over you had they not found something which they were able to catch hold of.
Ah.
I thought long and hard about whether I should propose to Ivo. I loved her, but I also loved my freedom.
Mm-hmm.
Gods and the wise call that getting cold feet.
Yep.
So she could manipulate me because of my feet?
No,
She
Nate.
magnified your doubts and let you lose sight of what was really important. Your love for Ivo.
But I didn't want her to have to watch me die. And I certainly didn't want her to come with me out into the world and grow old and die herself.
Would it have not been up to my daughter what sacrifices she would be willing to make for you? She is, after all, the more intelligent one.
Told ya. Chillest, wisest guy in this entire game. This guy's awesome. He knows, he has an answer for everything. I wanted to find a... So that's why he was going after the magic lamp. He wanted to find a way to become immortal because he didn't want to have either of those scenarios with Ivo play out, where he would die way too early into their marriage, or that she would want to leave and, grow old and die early herself. I mean, I could see why he was looking for all those different artifacts and treasures that could give him immortal life, like the Holy Grail and the magic lamp and things like that.
After I left the Elfborough, my head still told me I'd done the right thing. I wouldn't condemn Ivo to a life with me, and a goodbye would have been too painful for both of us.
But your heart told you that you were a fool.
Later, I thought I'd found a solution. I'd find a way to live forever. Then I could marry Ivo and we'd never be separated.
Your heart was right. You are a fool.
So there are problems. Archmage Alistair is a frog.
Well, Archmage Alistair's been turned into a frog. By a certain Van Buren, some little brat who's running through Seastone and transforming everything.
A little girl transformed the Archmage?
Yes. No idea how she managed it. Ivo said something about Wilbur's wand. And he's in the Dark Woods looking for a book that explains how it can be destroyed. In the meantime,
But he was tricked
Ivo
by
wanted to
Monkus.
organize a few things needed to bring the Archmage back.
What sort of things?
Some book from Lorem Ipsum.
The Book of the Dead?
Yup.
Yep, that was the one. Then we need a compass that belongs to the Red Pirate, and something called the Spark of Life.
Oh yeah, can
That's
you
why she
lend
came
me
back
one of
here.
those, please?
I see. It's crucial we turn Alistair back quickly. He might have answers.
I'm sure he does. So, if anyone's got answers, then it'll be Alistair, but to which questions?
Answers? To which questions?
Something is stirring. A great evil. I have felt it for a while now.
I'm guessing the nameless
The
one?
little brat with the wand?
No.
No. Something old,
Yep.
greater, and a great danger for you, for Ivo, for everyone.
The nameless one.
That doesn't sound good. But I wouldn't even know where to start. Ivo didn't tell me very much. Or perhaps I didn't listen.
Of course you
I
didn't
have
listen.
the spark of life here. I will give it to my daughter as soon as she wakes.
So we need to
I
wake
can't
her before
help you with
that.
the compass, though. But I saw the lost city of Lorem Ipsum with my own eyes, oh, long ago.
Really? So where is Lorem Ipsum?
If I were to look for Lorem Ipsum, where would I find the ruins of the city?
Under the sands of the Umzu Desert.
Oh, really? Could you be a bit more precise? The desert's pretty big.
I can't remember the exact location. I set out from the Bremen oasis, went into the desert, and just followed my nose. After a few days, I saw the golden roofs of the town glinting in the sun as it set behind them.
Huh.
So Lorem Ipsum is west of Bremen. But how far into the desert? How many days did you walk, and how quickly?
It was 3,500 years ago.
Oh,
What did you do last Thursday?
that's a good point.
West of Bremen. That's a start.
Well, we found a book on that. We'll ask him about that in a second. But, do you know anything about Ivo being pregnant?
Ivo seems to have coped well with me leaving her. Seems to have been in a rush to find herself an elven prince.
No, she didn't take it well. She was hurt and disappointed. And no, she didn't throw herself around the neck of any elf prince.
I don't even want to know. I'd always loved her, but it seemed to have been quite one-sided.
Oh, Nate. So how can I free Critter?
Your wife trapped Critter in the garden. Some thorny tendrils grew out of the ground, imprisoning him.
Oh, an old trick that all priests have up their sleeve.
So novices couldn't sneak out of rituals early, eh?
Ha!
But the tendrils are very ticklish,
They are?
especially under the arms.
Wait, what?
They... All right, then.
Wait, are the tendrils the arms? Because I don't recall seeing anything else. So, can you read these words about Lorem Ipsum?
I found this text about Lorem Ipsum, written in a foreign language.
I don't understand that language. I only understand the language of nature.
Sure you do, man.
And English for some strange reason.
And English for some reason.
Take
Could-
care, Bob.
Figure out why.
I'll see what I can do to help Ivo and Alistair. Or, if I can.
I see a man with a mission of great importance that he would like to complete.
Like? All that work? All that danger? The stress? You've got the same attitudes towards stress as I have.
I can see through you, Nate. You made your decision long ago. You just haven't realized it. To do good. Be part of something bigger. Help others. We all need goals in our lives. And the greater the goal, the greater the reward.
I don't know what you're talking about, old man.
Oh, Nate. Dude, you've got to take his words to heart, man. Look at the tree of life. That's the tree he's leaning against?
The tree is legendary. I knew of it long before I met Ivo. The Tree of Life, as it's called, is attributed all kinds of powers. I was a little bit disappointed when I saw it for the first time. To me, it looks like a completely normal, tall tree. Not many mortals have seen the Tree of Life, and those that have were crowned heads or wise men. I've even sat in its shade next to the king and shared 1 or 2 bottles of apple wine with him.
Huh.
I mean, with the king.
Not surprised about that in the least. Alright, well, we asked Bob everything we could. So, these are ticklish, huh? Let's see. Can I use the reed? No. Alright, so I can't use the reed. String? Tie both hands together with the string. Oh my goodness.
I remember that from my childhood. You
2
connect the
cans
cans
on a
with
string. Are you
and
kidding
can talk
me?
to someone across several meters, just like you could without the cans.
Wow. Okay. Nope, can't do anything with the reed. A homemade telephone. Can't do anything with it. Alright, let me see here. Let's go in here. Let's see if there's anything else we can do in here. Look at the books again.
I wonder whether... Here.
Oh, we
That's
found
what
something.
I was looking for.
Wait, what did we find?
The book describes what the symbols mean.
Oh!
The first one is... a kind of...
A translation
angular stone?
book. So we can try and figure out where Lorem Ipsum is. Huh. Oh, I see. Look at the symbols on the right on the other book we found on the Mary. So we just have to pick the symbols in order to figure it out.
Gemstones. Jewels.
So that's the first
That's a
one.
promising start. The second symbol...
Is this one. Desert.
Desert. Yeah, makes sense. The city is somewhere in the Amzu Desert. Next.
Alright. Looks like this one. Foot.
Feet? What have feet got to do with it? Can you only reach the city by foot? The next symbol...
3.
3. 3 feet. That's unusual. Perhaps the last symbol will make it clear.
Oh, it's down here. It's mountain.
Mountains. Jewels, desert, mountains. The jewel of the desert at the foot of the 3 mountains. That's it. Lorem Ipsum. The city with roofs of gold is the jewel of the desert, and it lies at the foot of 3 mountains.
Alright then. I guess we
And
found out
these
where it
3
is.
mountains must be west of Bremen. That should be easy to find.
Let's try and release Critter again.
Tickle, tickle, tickle.
Where did that
problem.
laugh come
Now
from?
you go and wait on the Mary, okay?
No, seriously, where did that laugh come from? I tickled 2 tendrils and a laugh just out of nowhere came from nowhere. What was that? You know what? Critter, let's get out of here. This place is crazy. We'll return, Ivo. Castle, hold on.
Go over into the garden. There are plants and fruit there if you're hungry.
Nah.
Don't fancy greens, huh?
Nope. I doubt she would want greens. I don't blame her. Critter, you alright, buddy?
Hey, Critter.
Huh?
Forget it.
Don't
Hey, Critter.
Whoops.
You...
Fluffigan.
Fluffigan.
Godzilla. Boom.
Godzilla, boom. Ooh. I love Critter. He makes the best sounds. Let's see. Let's switch back to Nate. Let's go down to our map and that's on our desk and try and figure out where to go. Let's see. See if there's anything else I can talk to Mary about.
Captain Nate?
Ivo's mother has taken her out.
Ivo's mother. She's simply switched her off. How dare she?
Switched her off?
Magic elven stuff. If I could, I'd go up there and...
You are not a fighter, Captain Nate. You are... No, wait a moment, you're not really a thinker either.
He's a doer,
What
Mary.
exactly are you?
A doer, Mary. A doer. All right. Let me know
Nailed
if there's
it.
a problem.
And then?
Oh, that was great. I'm a doer, Mary.
All right, then.
I'm a doer, not a thinker. Oh, look at this map.
After everything Ivo told me, Seastone is a no-go at the moment.
Yeah, you don't want to go
Better
there.
that we're not seen there without the Archmage.
Yeah.
His human version, I mean. After his... Wilbur comes from around there.
Yep.
Mainly just dwarves and gnomes live there. The White Ridge Mountains are too cold for humans. Wilbur comes from around...
Let's see. What's up here?
I met Critter in the Northlands.
Ah.
Nice people up there. Penguins, mainly. I met Critter.
So he comes from a place where there's penguins. So we can go to the Elf Burrow. We can fly to Tugator. Back. Ooh, the Black Tower. Mortroga's tower from the end of the first game.
The wildlands aren't that wild anymore since the Earth Gnomes took over the Archwitch's tower. But there's still a lot of evil vermin lurking around in the surrounding countries.
The gnomes took over the tower.
The wildland... But there's...
Well, here's the desert.
That's the desert where Lorem Ipsum must be. Wait a minute. I must have a more detailed map of the area somewhere here.
Oh, yeah, that works. Let's see here. The mountains.
That's the old oasis of Bremen. It was already there at the time of Lorem Ipsum. Today it's a pretty little town. That's the old... It was 3 mountains west of Bremen.
That's where it must be.
Critter's next meal that the jewel of the desert is at the foot of these mountains. I'll mark the place on the big map.
Done. All right, let's fly to Lorem Ipsum.
There hasn't been an airship visiting Lorem Ipsum for centuries, perhaps millennia, if ever. Time to pay a call to the old city.
Time to find the lost city. Off we go.
That must be it. Lorem Ipsum. And it looks like someone has already dug it up for
Oh
us.
no. Oh no. Look who it is. Not him. Anyone but him. Well, we found Lorem Ipsum. And we have also found the mummy that almost made us lose our mind in the last game. He'll probably drive us to insanity when we come back. Stay tuned.